In the quiet town of Ashland, Oregon, where the leaves turn gold in September and the streets are lined with independent bookstores, everyone knew the Chamberlain sisters, Eleanor and Grace. Grace was the social worker, the kind of person who remembered birthdays and brought muffins to court hearings. Eleanor, her older sister, was a recluse. She had suffered a traumatic brain injury in her 20s and rarely left the house. They were inseparable since childhood, bound not only by blood but by pain. Their parents died in a car accident when they were teens. Grace, the younger of the two, essentially raised Eleanor. Their bond became unshakable until it turned deadly. On the morning of September 18, 2014, Grace called 911, her voice trembling. "My sister's dead. I found her on the couch. She's cold. I think she overdosed." Police arrived at the modest house and found Eleanor lying peacefully, eyes closed, a small bottle of morphine by her side. A note beside her read, "Thank you for letting me go." The initial ruling, suicide, open and shut, until Eleanor's old friend, Teresa, came forward. She insisted Eleanor had been happier lately, planning to volunteer at a local shelter, and even considering writing a memoir about her recovery. Grace dismissed it as wishful thinking, but detectives noticed something odd. Eleanor's toxicology report revealed an extremely high dose of morphine, lethal enough to sedate a horse, more than what someone seeking peace would typically consume. And the autopsy showed no signs of prior drug use or tolerance. Even more suspicious, Grace was the sole beneficiary of a newly updated will signed just 2 weeks earlier. And she'd recently taken out a life insurance policy on Eleanor for $250,000. Detectives dug deeper. They found a hidden notebook under Eleanor's mattress. Scrawled pages detailed months of manipulation. "She tells me I'm broken, that no one will ever love me but her. I think she's trying to drug me again. She says it's just to keep me calm." In the final entry, "If something happens to me, it wasn't my choice. Don't believe the note." The note left at the scene? Handwriting analysis confirmed it wasn't Eleanor's. Grace was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. But during the trial, another layer unraveled. Grace had developed Munchausen by proxy. For over a decade, she had exaggerated Eleanor's condition, even fabricating symptoms to doctors, controlling every aspect of her sister's life, medication, and finances. In a sick inversion of caregiving, Grace had built her identity around being the good sister, the savior. But when Eleanor finally began to heal and reclaim her autonomy, Grace snapped. She couldn't let her go, so she did the unthinkable. Grace was convicted and sentenced to life without parole. What made this case unforgettable wasn't just the betrayal. It was how love and control blurred. How one woman's identity was so wrapped in caring for someone else that she couldn't imagine a life without that role, even if it meant committing murder.